could it still not be seen as 50-50 regardless of what your 50 entails? Does that make sense? All of the things you do both equal 100. No. And the reason I say no, it's because if you're only giving something 50% and they have to give 50% to make it 100, you guys are half-assing the situation. You're going to give everything that you can give, right? 100% of your effort. Some days that effort, that 100% will only look like 30, and the other person's going to have to pick up that 70%. That's where the teamwork comes in, and you play to each other's strengths and you make things work. The whole point of that video was speaking on blue jobs and pink jobs. When everybody has expectations laid out about who's supposed to do what, and everybody upholds those, you find that things get into a groove and you get along a whole lot easier than you would otherwise. The problem with 50-50 is that it's supposed to be equality. You're not going to ever have equality in anything. There's no equality in nature. There's no equality between the sexes. I know that that's going to piss off a whole lot of people, but when it comes down to it, we're stronger than females. We have different bone. We fucking utilize oxygen differently. So there's differences there. And there's going to be things that I can do that my wife is not going to be able to do. And there's going to be things that she does. There is things she does that I'm not capable of doing. And we play to those strengths. And because we play to those strengths, like we said in the video, we have a dope fucking relationship. We know what's expected of us because we've had conversations about what's expected of us and how we're supposed to adhere to the guidelines that we've laid out for ourselves. And therefore we thrive. So I don't believe in 50-50. I think that is just another mouthpiece to have people scream for equality, and sometimes that's not the case. I've been out of commission for 3 weeks. I have something going on in my back, and I can barely stand and walk. I've been in a fuck ton of pain. And Peaches has had to step up and do a whole lot more than she normally would have to do, but that's what love and marriage is, right? She's doing the things that I currently can't to try to keep us afloat and keep life moving the way that it should be moving. Now, there's been times where she's been injured and I've had to step up and do the same thing. That's just life. But if I'm only giving 50-50, I don't care that you're hurt. Do your shit. Don't work that way. I'd also like to point out that for those of you who are pushing for 50-50, what you're actually doing is that you are starting a scorekeeping process where you're overly watching things to make sure everything is fucking even and everybody's doing their fair share, and it becomes a dictatorship and the scorekeeping starts. Then things really start becoming a problem because every time there's conflict, now you're bringing up past shit. Well, I did this, and this, you only did this, right? And now you're making accusations. There's a whole lot of hostility and resentment there. It's a problem. When you guys first get into a relationship and you decide you're going to move in together or get married, you should lay out who's going to do what in the house, whose roles, whose responsibilities are what. Stick that bitch on the fridge so that you see it every day, so that you know if it's your job to clean the bathroom, you need to clean the fucking bathroom. You guys can argue the list out however you want to argue it, but once that's set, you guys know whose job it is. Now, does that mean that that person has to do that all the time no matter what? No, because there's going to be times where one of us is injured. The other person has to step up and do that. But we don't keep score. I can't be like, well, I was injured for 3 weeks and you were injured for 2 months. So, you still got like 5 weeks of the shit that you got to do before I step back in. It doesn't work that way. You're supposed to be trying to work together as a team. And if you're looking at things as 50-50, you're not looking at it as a team. You're looking at that's their job, this is my job, and fuck the rest of it. It's not healthy.